quality programming all around the clock with us. Every second and minute counts. When it comes to bringing you the best of programming on radio, Diamond 88.7 FM remains your best bet. Be it sport, talk radio, entertainment and music. One thing is certain, we've got you.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Obsessions are not always bad, especially when it's an obsession with your favorite radio station, Diamond 88.7 FM. We're obsessed with enhancing your radio experience. Diamond 88.7 FM, shining supreme.
Keep listening to the music, to the sound, to the
Diamond FM.
88.7.
Diamond 88.7 FM is here to make sense out of your world through our balanced news coverage from the nooks and crannies of Nigeria and beyond. Journey with us through the news we tracked for you at this moment on your shining supreme station.
From the news desk at Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, Tinubu receives charged president at Aso Rock. Tinubu appoints new PTDF executive secretary, renews tenure of TCN MD. Kwara Fire Service, Ipman boosts safety measures in petroleum sector. On the foreign scene, DR Congo launches first census in 40 years with $30 million UNFPA backing. And in business news, bank recapitalization inflows to target SMEs. And in entertainment, Omale declares themselves Nigeria's best artist of the last 20 years. In sports news, Chelsea to storm Lagos for the famous CFC fan event. A very wonderful evening to you, and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. This is news across the world. I am Nedu Okorie. You can also listen to us via our website on www.diamondfm.net. You can also watch us live on YouTube, Diamond FM, Ilorin. We bring you details of the news after this break. Do stay with us.
See, wait, he's from our tribe, and we have the same religion, so we have to protect our own. Our tribe isn't corrupt. I beg you, leave now our Peking.
Wait, stop and think. Do you realize that the impact of corruption and careless decisions by that clansman or family member of yours doesn't know tribalism or nepotism? Let's hold everyone accountable for a better society and country. If you see something, say something to the right authorities.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
And you're welcome back from that break. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday received the President of the Republic of Chad, Marshal Mohammed Idris Deby Itno, at the State House Abuja at about 2 p.m. The visit marks Deby's first official trip to Nigeria since Tinubu attended his inauguration in N'Djamena, Chad's capital, on May 23, 2024. Thursday's meeting comes barely a week after Tinubu received Prime Minister Terence Drew of St. Kitts and Nevis on March 26, 2026, making Deby the second head of state hosted by the Nigerian leader within 1 week. Details of the discussion between the two leaders were not immediately available. However, sources close to the presidency indicated that the talks were likely to focus on regional security. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Professor Shuaibu Shehu Aliyu as Executive Secretary of the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF. Presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga disclosed this in a press statement on Thursday, saying the newly appointed Executive Secretary is to replace Ahmed Galadima Aminu, who resigned to pursue the 2027 governorship race in Adamawa State. According to Ononuga, President Tinubu has also renewed Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz's appointment as the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, for his second and final term. While both appointments are expected to take immediate effect, Professor Aliyu, the new PTDF helmsman, was until his appointment the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Mass Literacy, Adult and Non-Formal Education. A chieftain of the Kwara State All Progressives Congress APC, Alhaji Abdul Latif Bibire, has declared support for Senator Saliu Mustafa's governorship ambition. In a statement issued in Ilorin, the state capital, Bibire expressed confidence in the track record of the senator representing Kwara Central in the National Assembly. Bibire urged party faithfuls to unite behind the candidate after the party's primary election, calling on aspirants and their supporters to conduct their campaigns with maturity and humility. He therefore commended Senator Mustafa's stance against do-or-die politics and offered prayers for guidance and success for political leaders, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, while calling for peace and progress across the country. The executive chairman of Mainland Local Government Area of Lagos State, Jubril Kolawale Enilagba, joined numerous dignitaries in Ilorin to solicit support for the aspiration of Honorable Bashiru Omolaja Bolariwa to contest the 2027 Kwara State governorship under the banner of the All Progressives Congress APC. In his address, the chairman of Like Minds Group of Ifelodun Local Government Area of Kwara State, Honorable Bayo Yusuf Ige, disclosed that the presence of a mammoth crowd at the event is built on merit and consistency of Bolariwa's impact on lives through decades of dedicated service. Ige, who was a former councillor of Share Ward 2 of Ifelodun Local Government Area, reiterated what Enilagba said, stressing Honorable Bolariwa's rich experience as former councillor, council chairman, member of the House of Representatives, and chairman of the All Progressives Congress at inception during Otoge Revolution in Kwara State in 2019. Still from Kwara State, the Kwara State Fire Service and the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening collaboration on fire safety and emergency preparedness across petroleum facilities in the state. The development was disclosed in a statement issued on Thursday by the Public Relations Officer of the Kwara State Fire Service, Hassan Adekunle. According to the PRO, the partnership was the highlight of a courtesy visit by the Director of the Kwara State Fire Service, Alabi Mohammed, to the IPMAN Secretariat, where he was received by the association's chairman, Alhaji Kabiru Zubair, and other executive members, where he commended the association for its sustained cooperation in promoting safety standards within the petroleum sector. lastly, on the local scene, the Lawrence Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested a 51-year-old father of 10, Akilu Salisu, from Malum Fashi local government area of Katsina State. He was arrested alongside a self-acclaimed cleric, Umar Mikailu Shuaibu, from the Kafo Wambari area of Kano State, and Salisu Nura from Garki local government area of Jigawa State, over their alleged involvement in the circulation of counterfeit foreign currencies, including US dollars and pounds sterling. A statement by the EFCC head of media and publicity, Dele Oyewale, made available to journalists in Ilorin, Kwara State on Thursday, said Nura and Shuaibu were initially arrested by operatives of the Kwara State Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, during a stop-and-search operation on January 27, 2026, and were subsequently handed over to the Anti-Graft Agency for further investigation and possible prosecution. And that's the news on the local scene. The news is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. We're now going to break, and when we come back, we bring you foreign, business, entertainment, and sports news. Do stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
And you're welcome back from that break. You're still listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. We now move on to the foreign stories. Police authorities have confirmed that 4 children were stabbed to death on Thursday at a kindergarten school in Kampala, Uganda's capital. According to Rachel Kawala, a police spokesperson, the male suspect gained access by posing as a parent before attacking the children aged between 2 and 3. While angry residents attempted to lynch the suspect as he tried to escape, security forces intervened and arrested him. Meanwhile, the motive behind the killings remain unclear as police are investigating. Still on the foreign scene, Austria has rejected the request of the United States to allow its military use their airspace for operations connected to the war in Iran. This is in line with Austria's policy of neutrality, which it maintained since 1955. A Defense Ministry spokesperson, Colonel Michael Bauer, said this on Thursday, adding that every time a similar request involves a country at war, it is always refused. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump has criticized European allies for refusing U.S. military aircraft permission to use their airspace for operations connected to the war. And that wraps up our foreign news. We now move on to our business news.
Diamond FM, business news.
In business news this evening, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, on Wednesday confirmed that 33 banks met the revised minimum capital requirement under its recently concluded recapitalization program, marking a major milestone in efforts to strengthen the country's financial system. The CBN stated that the capital requirement exercise raised expectations for the banking sector, with experts now predicting the next phase of developments in the industry. The Apex Bank disclosed that a total of 4.65 trillion naira was raised over the 24-month exercise, with capital adequacy ratios across the sector now above Basel benchmarks, reinforcing banks' capacity to support economic growth and absorb shocks. And that's it in business news. We now move on to entertainment news.
Diamond FM, entertainment news.
In entertainment news this evening, Nigerian singer Omale has proclaimed that he outshines all his contemporaries when it comes to music, asserting that none can rival his talent. During an appearance on an internet podcast, the 28-year-old artist declared that over the last 2 decades, he considers himself unmatched in creativity and in music. Omale also shared personal struggles he has been walking through, particularly his obsessive tendencies in his sex life. And that's it in entertainment. We now move on to our sports story.
Diamond FM Sports News.
In sports news this evening, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are set to face Poland and Portugal in a series of international friendly matches in June 2026. According to the schedule released by the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) on Thursday, the Super Eagles will play against Poland on June 3rd and Portugal on June 10th. This comes after the Super Eagles defeated Iran 2-1 while playing out a 2-2 draw with Jordan in Antalya, Turkey, in the recent international friendlies, performances that helped the team retain the 26th spot in the latest FIFA Men's World Ranking and 3rd in Africa. Still in sports news, Chelsea Football Club is set to visit Lagos for the first time in the club's history when its fans engagement program, the famous CFC, hosts its penultimate event of the 2025-2026 season. The Premier League giants in a statement said former Blues and Super Eagles star Victor Moses will meet the club's passionate fans at the event in May. The visit to Nigeria is the 5th stop this season for the international fan program, which looks to deepen connection with Blues supporters around the world. And that's it in sports news. With that, we've come to the end of news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights. Tinubu receives Chad president at Aso Rock. Tinubu appoints new PTDF executive secretary, renews tenure of TCN MD. Kwara Fire Service, Ipman boosts safety measures in petroleum sector. And on the foreign scene, 4 children killed in nursery school stabbing attack in Uganda. In business news, bank recapitalization inflows to target SMEs. In entertainment news, Omale declares themselves Nigeria's best artist of the last 20 years. In sports news, Chelsea to storm Lagos for the famous CFC fan event. In our Today in History, did you know that on this day in 1972, Nigeria officially switched from right-hand drive to left-hand drive vehicles moving traffic to the right side of the road? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM newsroom number on 0916 062 7526. On behalf of the production crew, I am Nedu Okorie. Thank you for listening to your Shining Supreme station and stand by for the news across the world in Yoruba language. A wonderful evening to you.